everyone. Thank you for joining me here today. I sure do appreciate your energy. So I'm going to get right into this reading. Spirit has been bringing me these messages to bring to you. So I'm just going to get right into it. And they have given me like a big download like they normally do. So I just wanted to go over this a little bit here. But they're talking about going through a big transformation. They kept showing me the phoenix rising. They also were talking about Ezekiel again, about how he's a priest and a prophet, and he was part of during the days of Judah's history, I guess. And these were some of the passages that they had me read, but basically it was just kind of a reiteration of the other day. And they were talking about how, like he really wants everybody to heed the warning, like especially the wicked. And that in like chapter 7 he brought up about it's the way the way the Bible is worded, it's kind of cryptic, but you have to kind of know a little bit about esoteric work or spiritual enlightenment, because otherwise you're not going to be able to really decipher the Bible how it was meant to be deciphered. Ooh, it's really warm in here today. So like chapter 7 is really about karma, and that any abomination, it's going to be clocked, scored, and returned. Now that's me paraphrasing that too. So but the big word that kept coming up over and over and over is time. And the time has come. And that is part of like chapter 7 too. And it says they don't want you to pity people when they're dealing with their karma, because this is their path that they need to take. But also they can also cause like disruption in your life because of these negative energies. Now there's a lot going around about the 3 days of darkness, and I have done a few meditations on that. However, I'm not really getting anything that spirit is providing this 3 days of darkness. I've been getting how this is like coming from the negative, and what they're going to do is they're just want to take down the system. And what they're trying to do is that they're trying to basically put people like in fear. Like if you're not able to contact your loved ones, especially if like they're sick or they live really far away, or and maybe a disaster. We have some visitors with us today. This is Nanook, she's like a wolf to me, but I mean she is just a husky, and then my cat Storm. So they were talking about how the negative powers that be, let's put it that way, they want to shut down the grid to make people go into a panic mode. Because like the first 24 hours, people are just like, oh, okay, no internet, no this, no banking, no that. But then the second day, people start getting like concerned, right? But by the third day, the anxiety has like increased to like, well, what's really going on? We're not getting any answers because we don't, we have no communication of any kind. And you don't have lights, you don't have power, like all of it, right? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to do a reset by fear. So they're trying to that's their goal, is to keep everybody to spike the fear, and then they can re-anchor into this timeline to keep people from ascending and spiritual awakening. Because when I pulled out this deck and I shuffled, this card popped out. Oh, I had that tack there, but they're also talking about that the negative energies, like you could recognize that people around you, they could be projecting on you, they could be gaslighting you. Also, they are they just want you to know that with these negative energies, the reason why they do go through people that or people that you love, and they manipulate them, it's because, well, they have like they can become part of your inner circle, for first off, so that okay, So the only way that these energies can actually attach to you or get into your psyche and mess with you is if you have that negative energy within you. Like, you're only going to vibrate with what you are. So if your friends, family members, coworkers, whatever they are, if they are in any kind of negative energy, those energies can then tap into them and create like issues for you, and just to create chaos, so that it keeps you from your awakening process. And so this is the card that came out here. And then, I was actually even underneath that is the Atlanteans, and it says evolution, vibration, legacy, technology, progress, expect acceleration. See, and this is what they're trying to do, because let's see here. And then, oh, I just realized that. And then it's like reclaiming your magic, right? And healing. Oh my goodness. So we have Isis, reclaiming magic, call back your power, and what is rightfully yours. So with these three cards coming out here, like, this is what I was just basically talking about. I just didn't realize they were underneath the deck. But these three cards here, all of these here, this is your awakening. And what does it say here? Interconnectedness, understanding the inner workings. Yeah, okay, so this is what they want you to understand, because they also brought up about these psychic connections, and that so there's many beings in the ether, as you probably already know. I mean, you have like all the realms, and like, again, like, those people can only become um infiltrated by negative energies because they actually resonate with them, and at some level, not completely, but I mean, there are times that we all have like negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, and that's when they can be taken over, and they can work through them. Once they get a foothold too, they can just continue the wheel of negativity and all that kind of stuff. So if these, and that's what, like, the last reading I did about Ezekiel, and it was talking about um how people are like these ancients are channeling. Well, I guess they're not so much channeling, but they're chanting and summoning evil energies. Okay, so here they're saying that you can only do if yeah, okay, so if these people in your life start acting off, this is why. But sometimes it's your own energy coming back to you to heal, and that's why the healing light came up. Oh my gosh, and here we go, they're bringing up divine knowledge, higher learning, commit to your vision through study. So this is what they're talking about, that and this is like universal law. So this isn't like something that is just somebody thought up at some point, right? And this is like when these energies are coming back at you, this is like a training that you go through. And I guess that's it, right? Okay, so we're going to find out more of what they're wanting us to know here. So let me just grab a few other decks here. I'm going to switch over to the oh yeah, and number 30 is all about, yeah, they were giving me the number 30 like I think it was like 6 times this morning, like back to back. So 30 is all about like creating, and it's like a new start, and there's like you're making progress. And with the Phoenix rising, that's all about like that transformation. So oh yeah, I didn't say that right. So I have written down here the vibration. So the blackout of 3 days of darkness, it's a vibrational threshold. We're on a vibrational threshold right now. And once we cross that threshold, the manipulation is going to be like near impossible to for them to hold and continue in the fashion of tyranny that they have been doing. So the veil will basically be gone. So they're trying to show us, like, here I wrote behind the veil, and that's this psychic connection. That's all what's going on behind the veil. So I'm not surprised that they brought out Melchizedek, because, and Melchizedek too. This, they brought that out too because they were talking about Ezekiel, because I even wrote down Ezekiel as a priest, a prophet during the days of Jediah. Now, Melchizedek is also he's a teacher. He actually taught priesthood, like God's true priests. He taught the priests. So I don't know enough about the Bible, so I don't know if Melchizedek trained Ezekiel or not, because Melchizedek, I mean, there's what was that guy's name in the Bible? And his wife couldn't have a baby until she was like, he was old and she was old, and she just figured she could never have one, but then she did, and was born around the same time that Jesus was born, when Mary went to her. I can't remember what his name is again. Maybe I'll think of it anyway. So that's what he was. He was a Melchizedek, that which means higher learning, commit to your vision through study, but he's actually a high priest of God. So we have spiritual awakening, and then they're talking about that interconnectedness with the all the elements of the earth, because there's realms that you could be, see, and this is a thing too, you could be receiving psychic greetings, I guess is a good way to put it, because um um you got 5 cards here, Spirit. You want more? Another one. Miraculous harmony surround you, expect miracles. And there's another one here. Okay, so let's see here. They usually have me put these in order. I got to put these in order. They're asking me to put these in order. There's a way that they always have it. So then it went this way. So as long as you're standing in your power, and before you connect with any energies, always remember to keep yourself surrounded with that light, because that light is going to keep anything negative. I mean, the negative might not be able to directly come at you, but it definitely can do that through the people, even your pets. Like, it can come through, like, it can, like, create them to be acting up a little bit. So it, pushes your buttons. It kind of gets you into that, like, irritated mode kind of thing, which lowers your vibration, right? And that's the whole point of what they're trying to do. They're trying to stop. All right, Spirit, is there a card here you want? Sacred vessel, because you're a sacred vessel. Yeah, that sacred vessel that we're all sacred vessels. And then you have Mother Mary too. Miraculous encounter, divine experiences. Do not be afraid of being powerful. They're talking about you reclaiming your power here. You are the answer. Be guided to your purpose. Yeah, don't allow these energies to throw you off track. Okay, Spirit, what here? Here. Oh my gosh, look on the bottom. These are the energies, and you'll notice they're bringing out like the blue beings. So this could be something that you resonate with. Also, when they're talking about, like, when you're higher evolved and understand the knowledge and all that, and how things are working in the universe, how when you know all of that, you're going to be contacted by higher realmed beings as well. Like, you're not going to be connected. Look at that. And on the bottom is Mary, Queen of Angels. Oh, probably says it backwards, right? Mary, Queen of Angels. And we have Mary Magdalene, and we have Mother Mary. So I don't know which one they refer to. I think it's Mother Mary. I don't know. I don't think it matters. I think they're both awesome. All right, let's see here. What do you want? This one. Okay, let's see. Two. Well, sky beings, see from a higher perspective. You are being guided to take a higher perspective. Do not allow yourself to be limited by what you do not see or understand. They're talking about behind the veil. Do not allow your current experience to disrupt you from being the force of light you were born to be. Be open to seeing things differently and with consideration For by being willing to shift your perspective, you allow angels to bring divine order in your life. So the activation, thank you, sky beings, for helping me see this differently. What's wrong, darling? Wow. You know, I was just talking about the blue beings too, and then Jeremiah, call back your power. Look, that's twice. Call back your power. What is rightfully yours? Okay. Forgiveness is about no longer allowing someone or something to affect your state of happiness. It doesn't mean you have to forget the past or avoid a situation entirely. Right now, you are being encouraged to take your power, your light, and your capacity to make decisions back into your own hands by taking back what is yours. You also command respect from those around you. And the activation is, I forgive the past and I give myself the respect I deserve. Okay, can I have my arm back, please? Thank you. What's your deal? Okay, I'm just going to keep these this way, though. Just, oh, they're asking me to leave them this way. So, okay. We'll just do what Spirit wants, right? This dude here. Earth Guardian. Yeah, you have an Earth Guardian here. You're always going to have protection from these energies, right? That are trying to infiltrate your life. What you wonder? Okay. Let's see here. Let me bring up this. When I was shuffling this tarot deck earlier, on the bottom was shaman. So you could really resonate with animals. Okay. Spirit. Do you want them to know with this here? Seven of crystals, options and results. Yeah. You know, you follow this I don't know what she's trying to do over there. All right, Spirit. Let's get this going here. Oops. The Ten of Shells. Blessings, well-being, hope, and readjustment. Yeah, perception. My goodness, something's interfering again. I need to light my thing here. The Ten of Shells, blessings and well-being. And then you have the Five of Shells, and these are like shells or cups in the tarot. So you have hope and readjustment. So this is the evolution vibration here. Okay, so you want it like this. Okay. So you have the Ten of Shells on here. So spiritual awakening and the healing light. So you have the Ten of Shells. So that's your blessing and your well-being. And then you have hope and readjustment. And this is like readjusting out to the higher learning and commit to your vision through study. Well, and then even the four crystals on the bottom, control and security. Hold on, I can let the dog out. This is why I don't allow the dogs in the room while I'm trying to read, because they do interrupt. They use the animals to. So then here they're talking about the Nine of Shells, gratitude, fulfillment. So we have reclaiming your magic and your sacred vessel. So that is because you have gratitude, and the gratitude is going to bring like a fulfillment, right? So this is call back your power. And then here we have the Queen of Feathers, which is all about perception and the truth. And then you have like the higher perspective right there. And you know, bats also, they go by their intuition because they're blind, right? So they use sonar to hunt and to see where they're going. So even if you were blindfolded, you're still going to know. You know what I mean? You're still going to know. Okay, they're splitting it here. I just want to see what they want. Show me here. Oh my goodness. The Nine of Acorns, power and perseverance. You know, the black cat has been coming out in almost everything that I look at lately. Decisions and the two of feathers. Okay, so decisions and direction. So you might be at this time looking at like changing things up, or there's a couple more splits here. Let me see what they want here. The King of Acorns, optimism. You know, and it's funny too because the horse has been really prevalent too, because we're coming into the year of the horse, and oh my goodness, and the transition and insight. And again, dragonflies are really spiritual beings. They're really, you know, they talk. You know, it's all about that transformation, like they were talking about earlier. Having that transformation because of the spiritual awakening. Like, you know, that's probably why you're not resonating with people that you used to resonate with. And that's just part and parcel, I think, of dealing with, you know, different energies, right? I'm just going to put this over here because this is really about all this perspective is going to bring this transformation here. Okay, what else? All right. Yeah, strength. And you'll notice like this light here. This is like the internal light that, you know, we all have with us. Like we all carry that. Now, some people, again, their light is not as bright or lit up. Whoa. Yeah, well, just like I was saying earlier about how you have spirit, guardian spirits protecting you. So justice. Guardian spirit. Look, empowerment. Again, this is all about empowering yourself. Like you have, like, you know, call back your power, you know, twice. Now you have empowerment. Yeah. You know, this is all about that learning. Yeah. And it's a commitment. You know, you have to, too, the other thing is like accepting the dark side of yourself is part of the spiritual growth, right? The spiritual awakening. Yeah, spirit, exactly. It has a lot to do with the spiritual awakening because it's, you know, it's understanding those inner workings, right? Okay. Is there no, oh, there's another one. Oh, wow. Okay. I'm pretty sure that's not meant to happen. Trust. Yeah, trust. I'm not sure what the justice is. You know, I'm wondering if this is like where the healing, it's coming out on the healing and your well-being. And like, understand you could be holding, you know, you could actually be working through some resentment or anger or, you know, bitterness from what has been done to you by individuals in your past or even in your present. Okay. Oh my goodness. I don't know why they're throwing the cards around. Spirit. All right. So let's just, okay. They just keep spitting them out. So yeah, like here, that's what's going on, the grieving, right? Okay. So you could be going through a lot of grieving. That's why, you know, this healing is really necessary at this time. You know, your well-being has a lot to do with how you're able to go through the healing process. And I mean, the healing process can be extremely difficult when it's depending on the level of pain. You know what I mean? Yeah, see here on the bottom too, they have willpower. You know, and it does take a lot of willpower to, oh my God, look, I just split it on well-being again. Okay, look, in animals, and I was just saying like how I think that you're can really connect it to the animals. So you could have animals. I mean, that's why they had me bring up the animal tarot. You know, I think that you have a lot of um, animal guides. You know, and then it comes back out on travel again. So you could be going somewhere. You could be like planning on going somewhere, but you know, like you have all that willpower to, you know, overcome. Basically, here, let's see, a little shamanic journey. Isn't that funny? Because in this deck, it had shaman on the bottom. So, purpose, attunement, vision, quest. Yeah, they bring up the vision quite a bit here too. So commit to your vision. You know, you might have ideas planned for your this actually, sorry, spirit. They're telling me I put the animal card in the wrong place. They wanted me to know that look at that, and a wolf too, no less. The willpower and the travel. Okay. Okay. What do you want here, spirit? All right. Bright heart, light, open connections. See, this is what I was just talking about, the spirit connections. Duality, many meanings, misunderstanding. Yeah, so this is all about that studying, the learning, the higher learning. Oh my gosh, look, in earth magic, just like I was talking about, and it's an adjustment. So, you know, we're all going through that. We're all going through these adjustments. You notice how they keep bringing out magic? So you have like magic here, you know, your power, all that, right? Oh my God. And then you have healing earth. So you have green Terra here, healing light, wellness unfolding. Know the healing is a journey. And then you have healing earth on the bottom. Wowzers. All right. There's one more deck here, and then I'm going to call the reading. So there's something here that they want. Follow the signs. Number 8. Look around you for clues. The answer to your question is right in front of you. All right. So let's keep listening to all the synchronicities and stuff that's going on. Okay. I mean, clearly you're full of magic for it to keep coming out, but there's still a lot of healing that is needs to occur. And I'm not sure what the grieving is. The grieving could be just like grieving your old life. It could be grieving the relationships that you had. It could be grieving that job. It could just be, you know, the loss of a loved one. You know what I mean? Number 30. Look, and I was just telling you about the number 30, about the creating. Thank your lucky stars. As you begin to count your blessings, more and more blessings will come. Number 47, rise above. You will gain clarity on this current situation when you see it from a higher perspective. See, and they're even bringing up that higher perspective yet again, because that's what the sky beings are, the higher perspective. Your soul purpose, number 49. Something exciting is on the horizon for you if you follow your passion. So this is like all this empowerment and your sacred vessel and your gratitude. Oh my God, your soul purpose, false assumptions. This is simply a misunderstanding. Let go of the need to be right. And see, this is where they're talking again about you know, the misunderstandings. There was another card that came out with the misunderstandings too, and I don't remember which one it was. Oopsie. Okay. All right. What's going on? Yeah, you are worthy. 36. It is time to stop feeling unworthy, unloved, and on underserving. They're splitting it for me here. What do they want? Oh, they want you to soar. You're getting ready to fly high above all your obstacles and embrace life in the most magical way. Again, more magic. And they're also talking about like that phoenix rising too, right? Yeah. See, um, with the stretch yourself, again, it's, and they're bringing up like almost all the same colors with the phoenix. It is time to move past your comfort zone and into the unknown. So, looking behind the veil is what they're talking about here. That's what I brought up in my very beginning. Oops. Okay, is there anything else in this deck here? A little bit of jiggling around here. On the bottom, beacon of light. You are a leader, teacher, and mentor for many people around you. Visualization. Just like here, commit to your vision through study. By practicing visualization daily, you are calling forward your desire, and it will soon be tangible experience in your current reality. Okay, they repeated the messages over and over and over, so I really don't know what else, what they really are trying to say here. I guess that's it. Well, I just split it on you are worthy again. All right, Spirit, is that it? That's it, they said. Okay, so I hope this video has found you well, and I guess that's it. So I'm sending you all my love and light, and hopefully this finds you in the right time, and we'll catch you on the next one. So bye, everyone.